Hey guys, Rick Shaw here. I went down today. I got a monstrously large postcard in the mail from the Ohio voting place, and it had my name and address and all that on it. And it said, "Okay, this is where you're going to be voting," and it's at the Brook Park Rec Center. And it said early voting was open. It's been open for a while now, and you can go down and vote early down there. And there's open. They sent me a thing saying today it was open from 8 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon to go vote. And I thought that's going to be a lot better than going on the 5th because it's going to be pretty crowded and freezing cold out there. So I bundled up as warm as I could and I drove all the way over there. And you can't vote. Sorry, we don't do early voting. I said, well, you sent me a big postcard. It's time to vote. Nope, sorry. So that was a wasted trip. I wish I would have never went over there. I would have known. It's a real bummer. So I have to go up on the 5th. They're just they don't know what they're doing here in the state. I think they'll cheat. That's just the nature of these people down here. A lot of libs over this way. It's a real bummer. But I'm going to do a review on something. I'll have to find a way to set up the camera to see if I can show you this, but a buddy sent me this. I've been wanting one. I saw it and I was telling him about it. He said, I got a couple, I'll send you one. This right here is the mag loader. You put your magazine in there. This is for 9mm. Put your magazine in there. Then you stick this down in the magazine. You scrape off all your bullets in here into this little tray. And then one shot, it loads it. You do it in it showed on the video on Facebook 8 seconds. So my buddy said, "Oh, I got 3 or 4 of them here. I'll send you one." So I got one, and it's pretty cool so far. I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna try it out, and I'll do a little vlog on that when my hands are working better. Right now, I've got that Beretta 92 FS, and I can't use it. I went the other day just to haven't fired it, so I thought I'm still going to get in there and clean it. Make sure there's no crap in the barrel and everything. And I couldn't hardly get that thing taken down. The takedown switch, I couldn't do it with my hands. I had to use a little hammer thing and a plastic thing to get that working. That was a real pain in the ass. I can't pull the slide back. I can't turn the safety off on this pistol. Everything is so hard to do on it. And my hands just aren't strong enough anymore. Now they're frozen solid, even though I had gloves on. But I have a hard time finding gloves at any store. They'll sell extra large or 2 extra large, and they just don't fit. So that's a real bummer. So I can't find any real warm gloves. I got welding gloves that I put some snow seal on because they were leaking. I was using them, and it was coming through the seams, so I snow sealed the heck out of them. And that sealed up all the seams on it and keeps my hands a little warmer. I like those little pancake things on the bike that keep the wind off my knuckles. That works out pretty good. Bye, buddy. But we went up to the little party that our place had last night. The kids got a little bit of candy, and it was very nice. They had pizza there. The pizza was from Antonio's. And they had it cut into little small pieces. So I grabbed a couple pieces, and man, did I get sick. I was sick all the way till 2:33 in the morning with a bad stomach ache. So I don't know what was up with that pizza, but it definitely did not agree with me. It could be because of all this medicine I'm taking. I'll be done with the medicine on Monday. I got a doctor's appointment on Monday. I'm just going to ask him if they'll just give me a break. I hope he doesn't say, well, here's more. You got to go take this now. I just want a break from all this stuff. I'm getting really tired and fed up with, not feeling well. I just can't seem to win. Oh, well. But the kids are doing pretty good. And I got some coffee here. Right now, though, the weather's bad and my back is just hurting so damn bad. I can't stand it. I'm having all night last night. I couldn't just getting up and going to the bathroom, I couldn't swing my legs out over the bed. It felt like somebody was stabbing me in the back, not with a knife, with a sword, running it right up my spine. And it's like, gosh, dang. And really, I can't seem to beat this. I got to get out of this cold weather. As soon as they're done with this cancer crap, there's no way I can stay in the Northeast anymore. It's just impossible. I left one time before, headed out to California, and that helped me out a lot. And I got to do it again. But my wife, for some reason, wants to stay in this frozen wasteland, and I ain't for it at all. I'm just sick of it. I think we're gonna have a real cold winter. Today is just bone-chilling cold. It was real funny. The other morning it was 39 degrees, and it wasn't that bad. It was cold, but we were okay. And then we went out the next day. A couple of days later, it was 46 degrees, and it was colder. It just was this crazy wind. Like today, we got a lot of wind, and it's just biting right through your clothes. I got some really good clothing to keep the wind off of me, so I wasn't too bad on the bike today. I would love to bundle up and just go for a big old ride and take off. I think I'm going to go see my after payday. I'm going to drive out to Pennsylvania and see my daughter. Her youngest boy, or her oldest boy, just had his birthday, 16 years old, my grandson, and I'd like to get out there and see him and give him all a big hug. It's 159 miles, and I've got one of these. I bought one of these things here. I'll have to fill it up on payday. I got the Easy Pass, and I'm just gonna take off and jump on the turnpike and go. Today I zoomed the bike up pretty good. I've been breaking it in. I got a way of breaking in bikes that they're fine. So what I did was, when I was riding it today, I actually zoomed her up pretty good. I was really zooming around and giving her all she's got. And the bike runs good. Anybody who thinks these things are gutless or underpowered is just crazy in their stinking head. They're nutty. It'll keep up with just about anything on the road. You can stay with them. So it went really good today. That's the first time. Well, the other day I zoomed it a little bit, but this was the first time I gave it everything, all the way to the peg. And it got a little light on the front end, that's for sure. It definitely was light on the front end. And but the bike goes good. The fan never came on today. That's how cold it was. And I think I'm still going to do some cold weather. As long as the roads are clear, I'm going to keep doing some cold weather riding on it, because I think that's really good for them. I had the best bike I ever had for breaking in was that Suzuki, and I broke it in December. And I zoomed it up and down, and it kept her nice and cool. I had synthetic oil in it right off the bat. As soon as I got it home, I drained all the oil out and put the synthetic in. Mobil 1 back then. And I broke it in Christmas, and I drove it all through January. We had a year there where there was absolutely no snow, all the way through the end of February, just dustings, and the roads were clear, so I rode it. And I broke that one in, and that bike, you could drive that thing for 8, 9, 10,000 miles, and the oil still looked like the day you put it in. Those rings were just so perfectly sealed on that bike. And but I did a good job on that one. Now this one, I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to make sure that this ring seats real good in this thing, and it seems to be. They seem to be seated really good, because I'm looking at the oil that I changed here. I already put a couple 100 miles on it since I changed the oil, and it still looks like the day I put it in. So that's really good. But I'm not one to every other filter. A lot of these people say, oh, well, just every other time do the filter. No, sorry. I did get some gook out of the first filter, not real bad. But every time I change the oil, I'm going to change the filter. And this thing only takes 2 quarts, so it's not a lot of oil. But my next video, I'm going to try to set the camera up and show you, see if this dang thing works. And if it works good, you probably ought to buy one. I don't remember how much he said they were. I saw one place they had them for like $25 for a piece of plastic. It looks like it's made on one of them plastic machines. What do they call them that people can buy now? Pretty cool though. If it works the way it does, like on Facebook, I'm going to be happy as a clam. But I do think I'll keep the 92. It'll sit in the gun safe, and I got to get a revolver. Go back to another Ruger SP 101 or the Ruger Alaskan. I like the Alaskan because that way I could go hunting with it also. When I was in Pennsylvania, I handgun hunted quite often. Groundhog hunting, and I used to use the Remington 240 grain jacketed hollow points. And one time there was a groundhog. He was sitting about 80 yards out. I'm laying on my belly, and he just sat up perfect. And I went ahead and I aimed right underneath his neck, and I let him have it. The only thing was his back legs. Just took the whole top. Didn't get any meat out of that son of a gun at all. So I had to quit using my 44 Magnum on the groundhogs. I wound up switching. I kept using it actually, but I switched over to solids. I found a company called Buffalo that casts waged these solids with gas checks on them, and I started using those. And that just poked a hole straight through them instead of blowing them up like they ate a hand grenade. But I'm looking forward to going hunting. I hope whenever we get done with all this, I can go to a place where I can hunt deer and coon again, and squirrel, and rabbit. I'm not too big on rabbit, but we do like squirrel. And here there's tons of them around here, but you can't shoot them. I've got Matty. I bought him that Savage 22, but here again, we're in a place where without a car, we really got no place we can go shoot. We shoot the BB gun outside, but we've got no good place that we can go shoot. You got to have a car in this damn country. It's not set up otherwise. Hopefully we'll have one here real soon. There's quite a few of them. I'm seeing a lot of new ones are coming on to the Facebook Marketplace, and of course all of them are super and they're perfect and they run like a top. But you never know. I'm going to have to go look. I had somebody say, hey, we can pick you up one down here and we'll bring it up. Just pay us for the gas and all this. And I said, yeah, that was really great. I appreciate the offer, but you know what? I have to see them. I have to go look for myself, because then it's nobody's fault but my own if something happens. I bought a 77 Chevy pickup truck one time with a 250 six-cylinder in it. Great truck. And about 3 weeks after I got it, that motor came apart. It's the two front pistons came through the side of the block. They got those big openings on the side, and it just broke and came out through there. Actually still ran. I was driving it to work, and the guy who sold it to me, he's going, "Oh man, what happened?" I said, pal, it's not your fault. I don't know. It just blowed up. And he's looking at it, he goes, "I can't believe you're still running." I was going through a quart of oil a day. And he says, "Hey, I got a motor for you." And he gave me a 292 that was brand spanking new. They bought the truck because it was cheaper. And then they pulled that motor out right away and put a 350 in it. So it had no miles on it. It had the miles from the dealership to the guy's shop. And he gave me a whole bunch of new parts and gaskets and everything. So I thought, what I'm going to do? I'm going to change all the gaskets on it, because it'd been sitting. The dang thing been sitting for 25 years. So we pulled everything out, and I put all new gaskets all the way around on it. New gaskets, new fuel pump, new everything. He had new carburetor. What was really cool though, the original one came with a single barrel carburetor, and the carburetor that he bought was a dual. So I put that on there, and I forget what else I did to it. I did a whole bunch of stuff. But he gave me all that stuff, and then I kept the parts that came on the motor, and I kept them as spare parts in a box in the back of the truck in case if I broke down. But I had that truck for years and years. The only thing ever went wrong with it was the carrier bearing. The carrier bearing went on it and it figures it's a Sunday afternoon and nobody was open and it's a dealer part. Yeah. I had to drive the thing home clunking the drive shaft like crazy. And I was about 100 miles from home. Really sucked. But that's the only thing ever went wrong with that truck. It was just a fantastic truck. 3 on the tree. It used to stick. The 3 on the tree used to stick. Those all stick. And then I found a little trick that you can do to that. You just wrap it. You get the rubberized bungee cords, and you wrap that around that thing like that and pull it real tight. And then I wired it with coat hangers so that it wouldn't come loose. And then the thing always shifted. Never had a problem after that. A guy at the junkyard showed me that trick. And I was like, wow, that's a great trick, because you'd have to jump out. If the dang thing got stuck, you'd have to jump out, open up the hood, and go release it. I was even thinking of putting a hole in the firewall so I could reach out from the driver's seat and do it, because it just did it all the time. But that's funny how those trucks get quirks, but you fall in love with them. That's my favorite style of Chevy pickup truck. I mean, out of all the Chevy pickup trucks I've ever seen, that mid-70s model, I don't like the 70 model where the gas tank's behind the seat. I think that looks like crap. But the real squared off one. And the K5 Blazer. Boy, I just love those K5 Blazers. If I could ever have a dream car, that would be my dream car that I would drive around. It would be a K5 Blazer with a vet motor in it. And not raised up 4-wheel drive crazy. I ain't into that. I'm a street rider. I would have that with the vet motor and just have it set in a beautiful height, like a big car. That would be my buggy. But I had some nice Chevys. I had some nice Chevy trucks, beautiful trucks. And I never had trouble with them. Never had too much trouble with the Chevys. And then when I got into, I had a few Fords. My Chevy blowed up, so I did have trouble with that one. But that was stuff that happened way before I ever owned it. But I had bought a Ford that had, I think it had it was a repo from somebody. And you got to watch the repos, because if they're not paying the bills, they're not changing the oil. But the thing only had low miles on it, 1,200 miles on it. And the oil looked pretty good. They had changed it down at this place where I picked it up at. And that one was another one. That thing just every month something broke on it. It's just the stupidest truck I ever had. Every month was costing me about $350 to fix something. And then finally I said, I'm done with this damn thing. I got rid of it. But that's where we're at today. And hope you guys are all doing really good. The sun's out, so it should warm up, hopefully. But as of right now, it's freezing cold. We're in the frozen wasteland, guys. So you all take care. This is Rick Shaw out.